me, and that person said that thing to me, and hello and welcome to the School of Life. My name is Chioma Agunobi. I am the status quo disruptor. Now, I was having a conversation with a friend, and I told him he's going to fail. And he immediately went, God forbid I'm not going to fail. And so I told him, brotherly, it doesn't end at God forbid. You know what I mean? We are always quick to say, God forbid. We are always quick to say, hey, God will not allow. We are always quick to say, amen, I receive it. But it doesn't end there. Okay? If you say, God forbid, from today to tomorrow, and you are still carrying out the same actions you are carrying out, my brother, you will fail. You know, and he got upset. And now the matter we still be on top of till now. So I said to myself, there are tail signs. There are signs that show, that point to the fact that you are on the path of failure. It's not a function of God forbid. It's not a function of prayer. If you pray from today till tomorrow and you don't take action, you will fail at it. Any responsibility, any task that leaves 100% responsibility to God is already a failure. There's a God part, there's your part. So we're going to talk about your part and what you are doing that is showing, obviously, that is making it very clear that you are on the path to failure. Okay? Now, I don't want you to fail. I don't want to fail. I don't want you to fail, which is why I am challenging your status quo. All right? And so I don't also want us to over spiritualize things. Now, it's also not just about positive thinking and positive speaking. So if you keep having positive thinking, you're carrying out positive thinking and you're doing positive speaking, and there's no positive action to back up the thinking and the speaking, you won't achieve anything either. So we're just basically, I'm going to share with you 3 simple signs that tells that you are on the path to failure. Now, the first sign is this: you are just too indisciplined. You find it hard to put yourself under control. You cannot control yourself. You can't control how much you sleep. You can't control how much you talk. You can't control how much you eat. You can't control yourself. You find that you are always just about the instant gratification. You cannot bear pain so that you will have a long-term payoff. You are not willing to make long-term investments. You just want it sharp, sharp, quick, quick. You're on the path to failure. Now, I see people who, because they cannot control themselves, they cannot put themselves under control, they cannot discipline themselves, they lose time, they lose energy, they lose relationships just because you lack discipline. Discipline is extremely, extremely important if you must achieve success. People who have achieved great things in life are not people who just take things casually, because like I always tell you, if you do not have a plan, life will keep you busy. Life will give you a plan. Life always has a plan for you. So if you wake up in the day, or you wake up for the week, or you wake up for the year, you step into the year and you don't have a plan, you don't have goals, all right, then you've started on the path of indiscipline already. So you need to have goals. After having those goals, you must put yourself to work it out. You must discipline yourself. You must tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to do this until I do this. Right? Oh, I feel like spending. Right? I feel like just making it rain. I just feel like going on a shopping spree. But I understand that I need to sign up for this course, or I need to make this investment. So I do what? I delay that desire, that gratification that I'm feeling. I delayed. So the gratification that I'm desiring is delayed so that I can make a long-term investment in my life, in my visions, in my goals. So indiscipline is one major issue that a lot of us have, which is why sometimes, or most times, you find that I just want to write the script today. I just want to do this thing. And the moment you get that buzz on your phone, beep, beep, you pick up your phone. Oh, let me just find out what this person is saying. You go on to WhatsApp. From WhatsApp, you are there. Before you know it, 30 minutes. And there's a pool inside you. You need to get back to your work. But no. From there, let me just find out what's happening on Instagram. And before you know, you spend 5 hours. From WhatsApp to Instagram to Twitter. And all you are doing, at the end of the day, you are just feeding and looking at other people's hard work. Gratifying the pleasures of now on the altar of your great tomorrow. So indiscipline is one major issue, which if you check yourself right now and you find that you find it so hard to control yourself, to be self-controlled, to put yourself under so that you can achieve the goals that you have set to achieve, then you're on the path to failure. Now, remember, I say all of this from a place of love. I always have to tell you that I say this from a place of love. Because at the end of the day, you have goals, you have visions, you have dreams, you have all of that. They will all be that if you don't begin to put the right systems and structures for yourself. Now, if you look at doing a 9-to-5 job, for those who do 9-to-5 jobs and those who do business, like that, being self-employed or running your own business, being an entrepreneur, you find that a lot of discipline. People think it's easier to run your own business, but you find that a lot of discipline is required to run a business. Why? Because when you're doing a 9-to-5, there's an existing system and structure which you must comply by or comply with. But when you're running your own business, you're the boss of yourself. The time is yours to dictate what to do with the time, when to get to work, when to close, how to deal with a client. There's no supervisors to supervise you. You get to do all of that yourself. So a lot of discipline will be required to make sure that you succeed at it. right? So it's important because you work, because of the way that the system, the 9 to 5 job, the corporate organization is structured, those systems are already in place to check you. So it makes sure that while you are within the 9 to 5, the hours of your work period, your work hours, you are not going on social media, right? So all of those things keep you in check. But when it comes to your personal life, if you are not able to put in those systems and structures, okay, this is my online time, this is my offline time, especially with the lockdown and people working from home. If you don't put in those structures to say, okay, this is when I wake, this is when I do this is when I do that, I have to make these calls, I have to be online at this point in time, I have to be offline at this point in time, oh, I'm running my own business, I have to put myself on a salary and not assume that my capital and everything is meant to be spent. If you don't put in those systems, if you don't put in those structures for yourself, you will find that you will lack the discipline. You will also lack what it takes to get to where you are meant to be. So indiscipline is one major issue or one major pointer to show that you're on the path of failure. Now, the second issue is this. The second one is you are a bag of excuses. You are so full of excuses. I'm sorry if it hurts, but it's the truth. If there's one person you shouldn't lie to, it's yourself. It's important to always call yourself to a meeting. I do that with myself. I have self-checks regularly. If you must lie to the whole world, don't lie to yourself. So you are full of excuses. Oh, there's definitely a concrete excuse why, very legit excuse, why you've not taken action. I know, it's very true. Your excuse is very valid. You have very valid excuse why you did not complete that task. You have very valid excuse why you are failing at everything. You have very valid excuse. And do you know the amazing thing about it has anything to do with you? The blame either falls on the people in your life or the things in your life or the system or the country or the nation. It has to be something else or someone else, but not you. That is a major sign to tell that you're on the path of failure. So you're full of excuses and you're constantly throwing parties. And you know the party you're throwing? You're throwing pity parties. Oh, I did not. Oh, how I did not. Oh, how my uncle did this when I was 2 years old. Oh, how I was born into this situation, and that is why. I completely understand. Life has given you your fair share of beating. But just as life has given you your fair share of beating, it has given a whole lot of us as well beatings. A lot of people who are great and have succeeded in life, if they take off their clothes, if they take off their coverings, you will find their backs battered, full of stripes from the whipping that life has given to them. But yet, against all odds, they work hard, they push to come up to the top. So what am I saying? I'm saying that you can do the same thing as well. You may not have been born into that perfect situation. You may have been abused. You may have been ridiculed. No one believes in you, but you have to believe in yourself. You have to trust that you can do this. You have to rise up to do it. You know, because we usually have a lot of excuses, very valid excuses. It now puts a lot of people, it has put you in a place where you are too comfortable. You are too comfortable with where you are. You are too comfortable with what you have achieved. You are too comfortable with the fact that, oh, I remember when I used to. That was then. What about now? What's happening with you? You are too comfortable. Now, for some of us, being too comfortable and being in that zone of comfort, just being comfortable, doing the same thing, the same way, getting the same result, or not even doing anything at all, now makes us, we are unable to take risks. If you are not willing to take risks in life, then you are not willing to go far. Life in itself is a risk. Getting up from your bed and hitting the road is a risk. You know, sitting here to do this is a risk. Not going out at all is a risk. So you must sit down, look at your life, weigh the risks, take calculated risks, but make sure you are taking a risk. Make sure you're doing something that is pulling you out of your comfort zone into a new terrain. Because it's in that place, it's in that uncomfort zone that you now discover you. It's in that uncomfort zone that you now discover your new abilities, new strength. So stop making excuses. So if I see a person who has a reason why, oh, this happened, oh, NEPA happened, the government happened, my auntie happened, my mommy happened, my daddy happened, my school happened, everything happened but you, then you're a failure waiting to happen. Don't hate me. Call yourself to a meeting. Speak to yourself from the heart. Shoma, this thing you are doing, if you continue like this, what is it going to lead you to? Okay, what if you do it this way? Agreed, you were cheated on. Agreed, you don't have this to start off. You don't have the platform others have to start off. But what do you have? Look deep within, somewhere deep down inside, you have something to start off with. But it just takes looking deep within, looking deep within. Don't be focused on failure. Many of us are just too focused on failure. If I fail, when I fail, how I feel. I once failed. Failure, failure, failure. So I say this to you, take risks. And when you do take those risks, be open to fail at it. When you do fail at it, take home your lessons. What am I taking from this? What lessons have I learned? If I'm to do this again, at least now I have learned a way not to do it. So now I can try again, and probably this time around, I will find out the right way to do it. Because in failing, you have learned how not to do a thing. All right? So that's the second sign that lets me know that you are on the path of failure. Now the third one is, I always say this, when I'm having conversations with people, a lot of us are just too self-centered. You are self-centered. Life is all about you, you, you. Me, myself, and I. So, because you're self-centered, all of your dreams, all of your visions, all of your goals, your aspirations, everything is all about you. So, my dream of being extremely wealthy is so that I can say to myself, Choma, answer to other people's heart cry.